Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Talking Stocks, your favorite stock market show. I don't know why it's your favorite.
That's my favorite.
It's because Spike, Kamal, and Dr. J are on, along with Arjan and sometimes Professor Omar, right?
Occasional guests.
Yeah, occasional guests. We've had Joe Pally from time to time. So anyway, what about today on Wall Street? Not so good or not so bad or
There's doldrums.
doldrums? Yeah, it was a day that we could have passed on. We could have waited for tomorrow, I think. I
Well,
was pretty much dead even on the day on my portfolio, which is unusual. Lost a little on the crypto and Bitcoin.
yeah, that's deflating a little.
I lost. What else did I lose?
Well, you probably lost a lot of money on that Donald Trump stock of yours.
Oh, I don't own that.
But I think that one went down 15% today.
Yeah, I mean, if I had to pick a direction, I would probably go down short, but I'm not touching it.
Yeah, I know. You can never tell with that one.
I'm not touching it.
It's definitely you can't predict anything.
Like I said many a time on this show, I think the only social media stock to be in is Facebook or Meta,
Okay.
including the new hot IPO Reddit. Probably should be shorted.
Yeah, I agree. Well, but meanwhile, I always said I would never buy. I said I wouldn't buy Facebook with your money. Meanwhile, if I had, you would be very rich right now.
Yeah. Well, I thought, luckily my timing was really, really good on Facebook. I got it when it dipped around 100, or did it dip below it? I got it very low. So I did really well on
It
Facebook.
just kept go. All last year it just kept going up and up and up.
And all through 22, it went down and down and down.
Right.
So what I noticed is that every time the politicians talk about banning TikTok, Facebook goes up.
Right. That is
Okay,
that
which
is
is
the only other social media app that.
Yeah, because a lot of people are actually saying that that's sort of a political play where you're picking winners. Because if
Right?
we say no to TikTok, somebody's saying, well, then you're explicitly doing a favor
I don't
to
know why. I have no vested
Zuckerberg.
interest in TikTok remaining or being thrown off, but I'd rather they didn't
it's
touch it.
it's less censored. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
TikTok is much less censored.
Yeah, but that's not the issue. That's keeping it from that's making people want to ban it. It's the whole
No, no,
issue
no,
about.
no, no, no. That's why it's popular. It's
Oh,
less
okay.
censored. That's why it's so popular, and people, go to it and
Well, I think Elon is trying to do that for X, isn't he? Trying to let all points of view come on,
Yeah.
right.
especially if they're right wing points of view.
Well, and it just doesn't matter. Just anything goes. I think they're trying to create that, but it's hard because you do take on some social responsibility. I believe.
TikTok. Yeah, I mean, if it was an American company that owned TikTok, I'd be interested maybe in owning a few shares. That's decent.
Is it really traded on a stock exchange somewhere?
I think it is somewhere.
Probably the owners.
I'm not. I don't. I'm not sure exactly how you trade TikTok, but I'm sure you can. All
Like,
right, why not?
isn't ByteDance publicly traded somewhere?
Breast cancer drug OH2. What is
H two.
OH2?
I'll
How will-
I could put that up. ATOS.
Yeah.
Toxic therapeutic. Well, it's. I'll,
I have a few charts that I prepared already. I could do them quickly. Then I'll turn it over to you, I think.
okay.
So I'm gonna present first. A couple of things we always look at, like SPY, that kind of thing.
Sounds good.
Yeah, Darth, we're gonna look at ATOS.
Yeah, I got it.
Phase,
I got it up.
phase two, making money but curious as to the chart. All right, we'll look at
Yeah,
Professor.
no, it's on a terrible upswing. I mean, terrible meaning.
Professor Spike will give that a look.
Yeah,
Right?
I have it.
Take a look at SPY
And dust when you get a chance, please.
and dust.
Dust.
SPY, to me, it's continuing its happy journey up. It hasn't really broken out of that channel. And I see strong support at this 507 area, right at the low of the day on this tiny little candle here from 315. It's 508. That looks like a pretty strong area of support to me. So I think we're in good shape. The 50 is continuing to move up, and so that is approaching that 508 area as well. So I think the 50 will be a first level of support at around 508 if we run into any kind of selling on SPY. Meanwhile, there's plenty of room to run up in this pretty
Right.
large channel.
It's hanging toward the lower part of the channel.
Yes, it's pulling down, but that could change. How's the RSI? Let's take a look at RSI. RSI is 84.2. Is it that high? 64.2, excuse me. So it's not, technically it's not overbought, although it is towards the upper end of the RSI range. 70 would be overbought. 64 is getting close, but still showing a lot of strength. Look at that. Hasn't been below 56 for almost as long as just about as long as this channel, right? The whole, all the way down to 11, 23. So it's been at this almost overbought level forever. And it's only gone overbought once for a period of about a month, it looks like. And that's when we were at the very top of the trading range channel. You see the overbought area?
Yeah, look at that.
From here,
Pretty uncanny.
from here to here. And that's when we're clearly at the top end of the channel. So we in my mind, we'll probably go above 70 before we get that correction. Maybe make another run towards the upper end of the channel. One last hurrah for the SPY, maybe through the month of April. When did I tell you to go away?
Well, usually people go away in May.
Go away in May? Go
So
away
that
in May.
may make sense.
Makes perfectly good sense. We could be strong right through April. Go away in May. Let's take a look at BTC. BTC, I'm scratching my head. I don't know what to make of it. It's just in a holding pattern. 68,000 seems to be the floor, and 71.6 the top over this little holding pattern that we're in. I'll draw that in. It's really not doing much of anything. It's resting. It's catching its breath.
Yeah, it's not even making a pennant, really. It's just sort of languishing there.
Yeah, it's a horizontal trading range for the last couple of weeks. So I think we won't get clarity until we bust out of this one way or the other. We bust out of it north, we're on to new highs. We bust out of it south, we'll retest this area here about 60,000. That's why I keep saying 60,000 is first line of support, right in here, let's say. 60,800 I see as the first line of support. And then you're looking probably at the fib number, 52,000, I think it was. But that's only if it busts south, breaks south. It could easily break north and head to 100. It's just in right now, the twilight zone. Like I said, I don't quite know what to make of it. To have to wait and see on Bitcoin. MicroStrategy, on the other hand, is being shunned by the Wall Streeters. Well, more than shunned, it's being shorted. But the problem with this is everybody's in on this short. It's a big short. I mean, it's got this stock has got a big short position, and whenever that happens, you could get a big squeeze north. So I wouldn't be buying this at this point. I have been selling into strength. I don't consider where it's trading at now strength. So I'm not. I almost sold a little this morning in before the market opened. But at this point, this candle is all about indecision, right? Right in the middle, doji. Traders don't know which way to pull. So it's kind of like Bitcoin in a holding pattern. I think this one is in a little bit of its own holding pattern right now. So MicroStrategy unclear. Um, the big trade is by that investment firm is to short this one and go long IBIT or Bitcoin. And that's what I've been doing up until now. That's I've been saying to do that for weeks, maybe
Right.
about a month.
If this one is to go further down, where do you think would be a
I
good?
think you could retest these lows at 1238. If it breaks below that, look out below. But this would be the very important low. It's because you got nothing but air underneath it. You're looking at gap fill all the way down at 811.
Right.
So if it breaks 1241, it could go to 811. Scary if it breaks that. I don't think it will, but who knows? Could. Remember, Professor Omo was very negative if it broke this. I can see why. Got nothing but air. So it's a scary stock to buy. It's even scary to hold. I sold 45% of my position
Hmm.
at this point. So I'm comfortable with that, I think. Um, what else did I chart ahead of time? SMCI. That was my last chart. SMCI held this 61.8% retrace from the lows of where is this low that I charted it from? From the lows of 685 on, when did it make that low? 220. It's hard to believe it was only February 20th that it was 687, isn't it? Crazy, crazy, volatile company. And look at it gave back 61.8%, a little bit more, and now it's popped.
Is this anything like the ABC you talk about every now and then?
It's like the ABC correction. Let's say A, B. It's not perfect, but yeah.
Okay. I've heard you talk about it. I'm still not sure I understand what it is.
Well, it's basically this. If you see what I just did, it's a leg down, a leg up, and another leg down. ABC correction.
Gotcha.
I know
What does that portend going forward?
there's one chart I looked at today that had a perfect ABC correction. I don't remember.
Okay.
What it was.
Does that portend that it's cleared out a lot of its uncertainty and it's going to start making more?
Yeah, that it's done going down and it's ready to go resume with new highs.
Oh,
Perfect.
okay. Yeah, I was just wondering what all that was.
Yeah. I wish I remembered what stock it was that I thought made that correction, but I don't remember. Maybe it was IonQ. I looked at IonQ today for myself. No, not IonQ. IonQ, I'm thinking of going back into it, but it's in a horizontal trading range. It's at the upper end of it. I don't want to chase. So even though it's $1, 9 to 10 doesn't seem like a lot, but it is. These pennies add up, you know.
Yeah, indeed. There you
All
go.
right, so I'm going to let you take over.
Okay, so you're gonna share my screen.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I put up ATOS for
Yeah.
dot. Just
Yeah.
so. And so I mean, you can see here. I mean, I'll let you comment on it. It looks like it had it had a reasonable trend going anyway. Like from over here up this way. Oops.
What do you have? The 6 months?
Yeah, this is 6 months. I mean, it looked like it was doing a nice little bit for itself anyway. But then look at this.
It's a very nice move from what a double from 1 to 2.
Indeed. Yeah, Mike. The question is whether or not this is going to be sustained, or whether or not you'd have a chance maybe in here or in here to buy some more back.
Well, you're talking from the beginning of March, which is about a month now.
Yeah.
Almost a hyperbolic move. To tighten that up. Let's see how it looks if you tighten it up. No,
Like that? Is that what you
tighten,
mean?
tighten it up a little more. It's almost a straight line. That's a pretty strong.
Yeah, no, it's definitely parabolic. Like I said, you had this sort of trend going.
I think there's several stages to these parabolic moves. It's like the shooting the rocket up in space. If something falls off, then something falls off again, right?
Uh-huh.
The early days, anyway, not the Elon Musk SpaceX days, but if you remember, they always had different pieces of the rocket being scuttled. That's kind of the same thing. You get that move up and then a move down and another move up and move
Right.
down. Expand this one again.
That way? Yeah.
Yeah, so I see this, it didn't really have much move back. Well, we had this one move back here.
Right.
And that's about it. I think this should have, to me, it should have maybe a little pullback and some more room to run.
Sure, especially if they had good news.
Yeah, I don't know what caused this parabolic move up.
Well, it says they have a phase 2.
This one looks like, I mean, I don't know if I'd be adding here, but if I owned it, I wouldn't be selling much.
Oh yeah, certainly not. I agree with you. Not until it hit here.
I would look to be greedy on this. Of course, that's my own opinion. And my opinion, our opinions are strictly our own, not investment advice, all that stuff.
Now, I noticed you had XLE. You never really talked
Why?
about
Because the energy sector looks like it's coming alive a little bit,
Because we haven't really discussed that. We were talking about, we were doing IWM and those guys.
Yeah, it's broken out now. It broke out.
Yeah, it really has. Ever since here, it's really been.
We haven't looked at it in a long time. I just thought we should. It broke this high from, what date is that? All the way on the left. You see
this one here?
Draw the straight line in from. Can you see my pointer?
Can I see your pointer? No, I cannot.
You cannot see that. So that would be like to the left of November.
Oh, okay, right here. Oh, this high up here.
No, high. Yeah, right, that high.
That high.
Yeah, draw that one in.
Okay. 92.5.
Yeah, it took that out. That's very bullish.
Indeed.
So I think this might have some more room to run as well, energy. I don't usually play energy stocks, however, but it looks interesting right now. I was thinking of XLE at about 92. I'm still thinking of it at about 95. I think you might tack on a 10% more on this one.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Conservative play in case there's weakness. in the market due to us having we're humming too good, right?
Right.
5% GDP.
I was
How
at
how the hell,
CVS.
how the hell is the Fed going to stimulate with interest cuts? How are they going to do that?
Yeah, exactly. Good question. I look over at this one just as a sort of a play on General Energy, and according to the chart you just looked at, it seems like there's plenty of room to run for CVX.
Yeah. Yeah, and Arjan probably might have some ideas if he comes on.
Oh, his Brazilian oil companies.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like to go to Brazil or be dependent on foreign dictators' whims, but
Oh,
he seems
what's the symbol for ExxonMobil? XOM?
XO, I think so, XON,
Yeah.
XON.
No. See, look at this. Now Exxon is already shown
Same,
that.
almost the same chart, but it didn't break the November.
It was November right here, right?
Oh,
So
it did break
let
that.
me
Yeah,
put that in.
broke that.
Yeah, bro. It's so
So
you
it
see
looks,
that.
it looks like, in other
What does
words,
that tell you about Chevron?
it looks like XLE.
Yeah. So what does that tell you about Chevron? That either Chevron is disassociated or it's just lagging.
Yeah, a finance seed wants us to chart mankind. Could you do that?
Sure.
I remember I was calling for 432 as a good place to buy.
Yeah, you've been suggesting this one.
Yeah, did it hit 432 today?
434.
I
Let me see.
like it. You see the middle of this green candle? I'm a sucker for the middle of those big green
This
candles.
one here.
You see this green candle? Right where the bottom of the red. Look at the
Oh, right
bottom.
here, right here. This one here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Draw that line, middle of the green candle. That's
Not a problem.
uh,
It's actually pretty much right at the close.
you don't know how many times I've hit it on the nose with the middle of that green candle.
Indeed.
And
So what do you think? Do you think it's going to go past this line, or do you
no,
think it's going to come back?
the 200 would be support below this. We chart the 200.
All right.
If you want to wait for the 200, it's okay. You could,
Well,
if you
I
think
don't
it's.
have my.
I mean, it could go all the way down to the 200, but I like like I said, it's the middle of the green candle
That's
always
50.
tempts me.
They'll
430.
give me for 200. They won't.
Well, look what it did after hours, 446.
Oh, look like it. A little bounce, right?
Yeah, so maybe my middle of the green candle is a good way to do it.
Hmm.
Why do I like the middle of the green candle? Only because I've been right so many times by using that big green candle and looking for the middle. So many times I've been right.
So Finance Seed was asking if it's still in the channel. I don't even see the channel.
No, it's not a channel. Not a channel, but it meets the Dr. J buy criteria.
Well, once I see a green, it would be a nibble, certainly.
Is this the 200, 402?
No, that's the 50.
50. Where's the for 200?
Oh, let me change this one. See if I can fix it. See, I'm losing I don't have the dialog box for whatever reason.
Oh,
So it's just giving me the 50 by default.
all right, forget it. It's not that important. I think the 50 is, I think from memory, the 100 and the 50 were crossing right around 402. Was the 200
408.
408.
The
408
200 as
200?
Yeah.
The 200 is above, right?
Correct.
So, yeah,
Well,
so
you have to, well, right, because it was influenced by this guy up in here.
yeah, you don't want it to go below the 200, but as long as it's above the 200, it might be an interesting. I mean, I'm a sucker for this stock. I always made money with it, but so I was thinking of going into it today. I was thinking of going into it Friday, but for now, I haven't touched. I haven't made any trades, so I just didn't. I didn't do anything. But
I think the momentum is still going
if I,
down.
if I was
If you look,
if I was going to make a trade today and I saw the middle of the screen candle, I would have bought it.
Gotcha.
so if you look at the past few candles, like 4 or 5 candles, they're all negative. They're all red candles. So I think there's
Yeah,
some room
that's
for.
true. It looks like scary to go in at this point from that point.
Well,
Right.
unless you start giving a nibble sign, because then it looks like you might get.
Right, this would be a first tranche. That's Professor Spike is right. You'd have to have more money to back it up if it drops further, like to the 200.
Right.
Yeah, I think it will go further till 402, 408.
Yeah, definitely could. What else did I put down today?
You put, let's see, you put Bitcoin, MicroStrategies, IWM. You might as well take a look at that, since we have been discussing it on a fairly regular basis.
I want to do dust, please.
Yeah, and we got to do dust. Absolutely. I was even thinking about CRISPR.
Every analyst on CNBC is loving small caps. They all whispering IWM. Now that technically it broke out, so.
Yeah, I mean, like if you look long term, the fair price is still around 180, 175 overall, right in here somewhere.
When it took out 205,
Right,
it got interesting.
Yeah, indeed. Right. We had a feeling, and we still have that. We still have a nice little channel here.
You could ride this one up probably to 210, 220,
This spot here.
220, maybe 240. But a lot of analysts on CNBC and other places, they're saying small caps and mid caps are the place to be, not the mega caps that had their runs. The market is broadening out, that kind of thing. That's the talk that we hear. Whether they're right or wrong, time will tell. But it takes a little guts to go into IWM when it's been a terrible laggard compared to SPY and QQQ.
Right, and remember the all-time highs were back in.
Was there anything else? I don't recall. Meta.
Oh, well, we have to do right. We had Meta, and let's do dust, and then we'll end with Meta.
Meta and dust.
So basically, the question of dust is: did it reach bottom?
Good question.
Another.
If you do 1 year, if you do just 1 year,
Hey, this is an extreme downturn.
correct.
Dust is the short the gold, right?
Correct.
Is it short all the metals or just gold?
Just
So
gold.
draw the May low.
Melo over here. Wow, this one here.
Yeah, draw the straight line in there. It could retest that 844 area.
Right.
What it tells you is there's still room to run on the precious metals.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, let's look at.
I've always made money on this stock. I've always tried.
What a payoff this double top was. That was a real payoff there.
Right.
This was Arjon's play on the metals. Let's go 6 months here. Pretty dotty.
You bought a little of this, right?
Yeah, I took a taste because I'm still interested in metals, and I mean gold is hitting new time highs. Silver's going, doing very.
This one is mainly palladium, right?
Yes. And the other one was, I think, it was SBS South by Southwest.
Well, you got a solid area of resistance that you just drew the line through.
Yep.
All right, here. Was that my line?
It's not my line.
Yeah, it must be a line. Okay.
430. Yeah, solid. And do meta for Como.
I was going to just do this one just to see the more broad metals. Yeah, same picture. Same picture. But the thing is that these are the South American ones.
South African, right?
South Africa, right? All right. I mean, so if in a time when precious metals are going up and this is relatively low, it's certainly worth looking at.
I mean, all of the four stocks that Arjun gave us, all the Brazil, South American, or South African, all carry geopolitical risk.
Indeed, indeed.
And you also aren't going to get you rich overnight. So
no, certainly not. You can tell from here that they've all been.
you know what? I'm interested in MMM.
Okay.
Do Meta first, and then
We'll do
we'll
Meta first, okay.
wind up with MMM.
All right, fair enough. Here's Meta. It still astounds me.
It's the story of two
For the
different charts, right? Since January, it's been where did that gap up take place? In February?
This is February, yeah.
Yeah. It's been
even though this movement for 2000 and
that was some jump from 400.
Yeah, so you're right. Looking more perspective, this is what you were talking about.
Yeah.
We had such a bad 2022.
Yeah.
But then the recovery is just phenomenal.
Phenomenal. And it looks like it's got more room to run, you know. It does. It looks like even more room to run.
Again, I just can't explain it myself.
The charts defy explanation, but they speak loud and clear. Look at the 5-year. Como says, look at the 5-year.
Okay, yeah, because then you can see. I know you had more reasonable values here, right? But you still had a nice upward trend. You took a
This is a 5-year? This is a 5-year, right?
Yes.
So it made a jump from the all-time high. It made a nice jump up. But I don't know if it looks expensive from the chart. It doesn't look expensive.
Well, let's see. You had this slope here and this slope here sort of match.
It may look
expensive.
Now
you have some parabolicness here and a little bit of correction. So yeah, it's hard to say what's going to happen.
Fundamentally, it might show weakness. I mean, may not justify the price, the fundamentals, but the chart shows plenty of support. Right, a little lower, right there. Plenty of support.
Oh, you're right in here. You're right.
Draw the line right in there.
Okay.
Lower, bottom of that candle. Yeah, right there. Plenty of support right in there. What is that? 476.
476. Yeah, 477.
And of course, you got to take out the recent high. What was it? 5.25 on the upside. But it's actually.
I think it's too expensive.
I agree.
I mean, market capitalization for.
You could say that about all the big caps, but
I mean, this is $1.25 trillion. I mean, that's crazy for social media.
Is Apple worth $3 trillion? Is Microsoft worth $3 trillion?
Well, at least they put.
They have actual products.
Is Nvidia worth over $2 trillion? I don't know. It's hard to say.
Companies, they have actual products.
It's hard to say in a vacuum whether they're worth it or not. But a lot of analysts think this one is undervalued or valued fairly.
Right.
At the price, and also you have even if it runs to 5.25 for a retest, that's nice gain from here, right? It's not even 500 now, is it? No, 490. It hit 500 today. No, not quite.
No.
Close.
The high is 497.
This one it'll probably make it at least one more new high before the end of this market rally. I don't think this market rally.
So you're trusting this trend here that we're seeing.
Yeah. And also, you have support at this whatever this moving average is as well. Below, even if it breaks below the 476. I'm trying to get a trend line out of that.
Yeah, I mean, it's still trending. We can see it's trending up.
I would go lower for a trend line.
Okay, I was just doing I wasn't doing the range. I was just doing the slope.
Yeah,
Right.
that looks like a better trend line.
Yeah, I
Even,
see it. You're right.
maybe even a little lower. I don't know.
Well, that's for support. If we're talking about, range
No,
movement.
trend.
Yeah. Well, like I said, if I was drawing, support,
Whatever this moving average is going to be support too.
oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
That moving average is moving up, so it'll coincide with the 476. I really think 476 is solid support on Meta. Let's see what Como is saying.
Yeah, he's talking more globally.
Yeah, Microsoft and Amazon for buying chips like crazy, right?
So yeah. So the question is, if what Como is saying is true, then we're still talking about Nvidia and SMCI being strong.
Yes, that's what I've been buying. I told you I'm buying of late. I've been buying iBit, SMCI, and Nvidia. I didn't buy any today, but
Nvidia did give a little bit back today, I think.
SMCI had a good day today. Nvidia is a little weak. MU had strength today.
Oh, did it?
Yeah,
Actually, and Intel came back a little bit today.
yeah, and
It's above its 44.
the old chip, big chip stocks, Intel and MU did well. And MU made a 30-year high today.
Really?
Look at MU.
Okay, sure. So I was thinking of AMD, but MU, I haven't looked at MU in a long time. Oh, look at that. Yeah.
New all-time high.
Wow.
MU's probably not done. It's got a nice run.
Certainly does. Well, it's
Draw
had
the
a
middle,
good trend all along anyway.
the middle of today's green candle, the body. Draw
Right
that in.
there. 122.
That's where I'd be nibbling. No, lower. Yeah, right there. I'd be
121.88.
right at 122.
Yep.
Finally, we'll wind up with call it a day.
Okay.
MMM.
Yep. 3M.
I think it bottomed today. That's why I wanted to.
Oh, really? Let's see.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah,
What happened?
it looks like a bottom to me. This turnaround candle is. You get a green candle tomorrow. Buy 3M.
Well, why did it drop that much?
I think they had a big award. They settled one of their lawsuits. Everybody loves to sue 3M. I think it was
Yeah.
water companies or something. Clean water. They fouled up the clean water with something. They're always doing something wrong, 3M. But it looks like an opportune time to buy.
Yeah, but if you look at the 3-year trend, let me just dump this.
It's been sucky. I know it's been sucky.
Because we were talking about this at around the COVID time as being a good play, and it
There's
sort of was right here.
there's always some reason to sue 3M. They get sued more than anybody.
Right, because during COVID, we were very bullish on 3M because they were the ones making the masks and the cleaning equipment.
I'm bullish on 3M right now, based on.
And speaking of cleaning equipment and all that other stuff, this one here surprised the hell out of me. And it's still just growing.
Yeah, this one is a blue chip.
Let me just. I'll take it back to 1 year.
It's a blue chip.
Would you go back in on this one based on this chart?
I don't know. I think I owned it during COVID, but didn't do much.
So did I. Yes, I owned it from here to here.
Didn't do that much.
Oh, I mean, I made a little money, but
yeah. It's a great company, so I don't have a strong opinion based on it in the chart, but it's a very strong company. All right, so I think we can wrap it up, right?
Yes.
Yep.
and to another episode of Talking Stocks. Put it in the books.
Put it in the books.
Speaking of putting it in the books, are the Mets ever going to win a game?
Well, let's see. If they're going to get to play today, I guess. I was worried they weren't going to get to play because of the rain.
Yeah, Yankees look really
So
good.
I'm going to show some support.
I'm gonna wear my Yankee cap 2 days a week, 5 days a week, and my Mets cap 2 days a week.
Which today's Dr. J?
Today I wore the Mets cap
Okay.
because I couldn't find the Yankee cap. I have several Mets caps. All right, so let's go Mets. Let's go Yanks. They're looking good. Let's go North Carolina State. Everybody's rooting for the Wolfpack.
Yes.
Yep.
That would be fun.
Everybody. All right, adios amigos. Ciao.
Take care, bye.
Take care.